We're standing there and we're so hot and tired. I've never felt that exhausted. So I basically got no sleep the night before, woke up at 5 a.m., took a 4-hour bus ride to run 20 blocks to a different concert venue. This is what I paid over $100 for. Ooh, let me tell you about people. So we got to the concert venue and there was literally like 12 people in line. But once people started arriving, I started noticing that we seemed to be farther and farther from the front. And I know Magic did not do this. People were getting out of the cabs and seeing their friends who had gotten there first and were jumping in line with them, and I was like, oh, no, not today. Of all days, not today. But people were cutting in line. Like, my friend went across the street just to see how long the line was, and he couldn't see the end, guys. That's how long it was. People were driving by asking us, hey, what is this event for? And we were like, it's Dean, yeah, get him. When we first got there, there were no Siva Group people. Oh, by the way, Siva Group is the entertainment company that helps fund and bring Dean to New York City, just to get that out the way. There were no Siva Group people when we first got there, but let me tell you, once they jumped out of that car, they were like, yo, we are here for business. She was, oh man, I don't remember her name. I know it begins with an L? Leah? I'm sorry, I can't remember her name, but I just want to say a quick thank you because you made my day. As soon as she jumped out of that car, she was like, all right, everybody, listen up right now. And I was like, ooh, I felt that in my bones, guys. She said, general admissions on this side. If you are VIP, get towards the wall. Make 2 lines. And if I cannot walk down the middle, you are not in a line. I was in the right spot, but I felt like I did something wrong. She was like, if any of you guys cut in line, be prepared to be sent to the back because I am not dealing with that today. She was, oh my gosh, she meant business. She needs a raise. Siva Group, can you please give this girl a raise? But yeah. So we were pretty fed up with the people that cut the line. There was another girl that we were with and was like, so that girl, that chick, and that chick cut the line. And she was like, oh, really? Mind you, they were all the way in the front of the line. And do you remember me saying how far the back of the line was from the front? She basically told them off and said that she was not playing any games. And she sent them all the way to the back of the line, down the street. I don't even know how many blocks this line went for, but they were gone. Honestly, they should have just went to the back of the line when they first got there because it was way shorter. At least I could see the end. But at this point, I don't even know how many blocks that line went for, but I didn't feel bad for her. That was like the most triumphant moment ever. Everyone was clapping and applauding. We were so hyped. And you knew whenever someone cut the line because like even though it was all the way down the street, all I heard was woo! It was pretty funny, but you know, little things like that is what helped make the concert fun, you know, helped make the memory enjoyable, make the memory a positive one instead of a negative one. Because even though all these things happened, in each moment there was something that just makes you laugh and makes you smile. I would do this again. If I had to go through the same things that I went through, I would do it again for Zion T and J Park and AUMG because I love them to death. As we're standing in line, you know, the weather starts to cool down a little bit and I start noticing that the sky has gone from blue to gray. I was like, you know, I'm not gonna worry. It's not supposed to rain today. 2 seconds later, I start feeling a little drizzle and I was like, Lord Jesus, please don't do this to me. Not today. And the rain came down, like down. It was raining so hard, like the raindrops weren't normal. You know how there's normal rain, then there's like haily rain, and then there's tsunami rain. That's what it felt like, and I didn't have an umbrella, and none of my other friends had an umbrella. Desperate times, guys. Desperate times. So I'm standing there with my little jeans jacket over my head, trying to protect my hair. and all of my other friends are trying to find items of clothing or baggage to put over their heads. And literally, I only saw like one other girl with an umbrella around me. It was a disaster. But you know what? I was like, don't let it rain on your parade. Don't let it drizzle on yo fo shizzle. Don't let the rain give you pain. Know what I'm saying? So it rains harder and harder and harder. I had a pretty thick jeans jacket. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's only gonna rain for like 15 minutes and then it's gonna light up because it was so nice during the day. Nah, man. Like after 30 minutes, the rain was seeping through my jacket and it was useless. And it was sad. Once it started raining, things started getting pretty bad. Like people were angry. People were feeling really devastated. A lot of fans came from out of state, actually. I know one girl came from Minnesota, another girl came from Washington, and people bought tickets to go back home the same night. So knowing that the concert was going to be delayed and having to go back to the train station or the airport to catch their flights, people had to leave. Facebook started blowing up on the event page saying, hey, I'm selling 3 tickets for XXX price for anybody who wants to go. Even Siva Group posted on the page, we moved to a bigger venue. We have 200 tickets now. If you would like to come to the concert, you can purchase a general admissions ticket at the door. Honestly, I was a little sad about the whole situation, thinking maybe the concert wasn't going to be that great since all these people were leaving. What if not that many people ended up staying and the concert was a lot smaller? That'd leave a really bad impression on Dean's first concert in New York City. But things started to light up later. And after about an hour, the Siva people decided to hand us out some nice big trash bags. We tore those trash bags apart. We cut it open this way so that it could be a little bigger than it already was. And that was our shelter for another hour. Because they were not going to let us in until 9 p.m. So originally the show was supposed to start at 8. Doors supposed to open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8. Now, doors were not opening until 9 p.m. and it was raining cats and dogs. This could not have been a more perfect day. Really. But memories are made, you know. I wasn't going to be all upset about it because, you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Actually, maybe not, because I'm planning on doing this again. You know what? This will make memories when I'm 85 and I'll be like, hey guys, remember that time we went to go see Dean in concert? But yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's just have fun. Let's just laugh it off. And we bonded. Under that trash bag, friendships were made. Friendships were strengthened. And journeys began. It was a memorable day. But finally, 9 p.m. comes and they open the doors of glory and people just ran inside. Okay, they didn't run inside. It was pretty orderly. So at this point, they decided that they were going to split us up into general admissions and VIP. And finally, they let us go in first. And I was elated. So we went in. We got to stand. I had a pretty good spot. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 people, and it was me. So the stage was pretty close. Like, my arms are pretty long. So if Dean reached out and I reached out, we would have grabbed hands, guys. It would have been very touching. But that didn't happen. So yeah, so 9 o'clock comes and the doors are opened and finally we were able to take shelter. And I was just so happy, honestly, that this whole experience happened because I learned a lot of things. You know, you can't let little things like that ruin your day. You spent all this money to see this person in concert and you're gonna let rain and running and sweat and 80-degree weather put you down. But yeah, Dean put on a fantastic show. Honestly, I watched a lot of his performances on YouTube, his live performances, and none of them were as good as the performance that I saw that day at New York City. The fan service was serious. Okay, I knew he could sing, but that boy sang his heart out that day. It was inspiring. It was an inspiring performance because Dean flew from Korea to LA from LA to New York, back to LA, and then back to Korea. And at each location, he either had a show and a recording to do. So I was pretty impressed that he did all of that and he was sick and he still put on an amazing performance. I've been to see Tori Kelly in concert and she was perfectly healthy when I saw her and she was amazing. But the fact that his performance level was so high that it literally exceeded my expectations and he wasn't feeling well. Like, that gave me a newfound respect for Dean. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna continue to grow. Like, 23 years old and he's already making names, making songs, producer. Like, that boy has talent. If you don't listen to him now, I suggest you go check him out because you're gonna be regretting it later if you don't. So yeah, guys, that was my story of how we saw Dean and what exactly happened at that concert. But I just want to say thank you to Siva Group because they actually did a pretty good job handling this really hectic situation. The people that they hired did a great job at that second concert venue, making sure that everybody was, filed properly and that no confusion was going on. So thank you, Siva Group, for allowing us to have this memorable experience. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like this video, comment below if you've ever had an experience similar to this, or if you have any positive experiences at concerts. And I will see you in the next video. Deuces.